Hi, I'm Leslie Nystrom, and welcome to my informative speech for Speech 1315. My speech is on marriage versus cohabitation, which is either being married or living together. To marry or not to marry, what is the right thing to do? Marriage is the traditional thing to do, but is it the right thing to do? Every household in the world has tradition. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, they all believe in tradition, especially the older generations. And marriage was the right thing to do back then, and if you lived together, you were disowned from the family, you disappointed the family, you were living in sin, and the family just didn't like it whatsoever. So it wasn't an option. It was their ultimate value of life in what they believed in. Sons and daughters didn't want to disappoint the families, so they got married regardless if they wanted to or not. Living together, cohabitation, was not an option. Actually, it was against the law in the United States until 1970. So I suppose everybody lived together after that, but I can't imagine what type of laws would uphold that. So I'm curious. That would be a little more research I need to do. Today, 60% of couples live together before they actually get married. They call it taking a test drive. They want to see if it works or doesn't work, and if it doesn't work, they just part their ways. If it does, I guess they move forward and get married. Living together with no plans of getting married, a lot of people state that as shacking up. Is marriage or cohabitation the best option for couples? Many people date in approximately 6 months to a year, end up living together when their leases are up, or they decide that they could have more money if they split the bills, so they just actually move in together. Some move forward with marriage and some don't. The U.S. Census state that the number of marriages are declining yearly and show a 5% decrease between 2009 and 2010, and it has continued to decline since. Marriage is the legal status, condition, or relationship that results from a contract by a man and a woman who have the capacity to enter into such an agreement. They make a mutual promise to stay together as husband and wife until the termination of the relationship or death do they part. In 2012, statistics report an average age for marrying men is 28.3. And for women, it was 25.8. That in 1960, the average age for men was 23, and the average age for women was 20 years old. Marriage gives security to people. It's a true commitment with peace of mind, spiritual bond, financial security, and benefits can be shared when you're married. Married people cannot simply walk out of the door, so that's the downfall to getting married, is that they're not able just to leave. They've got to hire attorneys and split the dishes and go refinance the house so they can give their share to the partner, and they can move on their way. In 2011, the marriage stat rates, the highest states were Nevada, which had the highest rate at 36.9%. Hawaii comes in second at 17.6%, which is a destination location. People plan their marriages there in Hawaii, and actually families and friends all go there and get married. Or the couple gets married and they go watch the ceremony, of course. And Arkansas is third with 10.4%. In 2011, the lowest states with the marriage stats was New Jersey at 4.8, Mississippi at 4.9, and Delaware came in third at 5.2. Cohabitation is a living arrangement between an unmarried couple living together for a long-term relationship that resembles a marriage. People cohabitating gives them more companionship. There's not a lot of time in our lives today. School and work takes a great deal of time. So in order for people to actually see each other and have time together, they decide to move in together. They can share the bills, and it makes them financially stronger. Pretty much same as being married, but they don't have their certificate and they don't have a legal marriage. But everything else pretty much is the same. They don't have a solid commitment. That's one of the issues. in cohabitating. Taxes are not as high when they cohabitate instead of marriage. Gay and lesbian couples cohabitate because the law doesn't allow them to get married. So they end up living together, or they go out of state and get married, and they return to their homes, but they don't have the same rights in that state that doesn't accept marriage. Cohabitation has increased from 3% in 1982 to 11% in 2010. And when people cohabitate, their benefits are not extended to their partners. Marriage seems to be hanging on, with cohabitation coming up behind very quickly. More people still get married than just simply live together. There is no right or wrong in either case. We are all human and with different feelings and opinions, giving us our own personal rights to do as we deem necessary. There are many advantages and disadvantages to marriage and cohabitating, and what is an advantage for one person may be a disadvantage for another person. Life is grand, and we should all live it to the fullest breath. Thank you all.